Have you ever wondered how we ended up with a magic box in our kitchen that can cook food in minutes? It's a story of war, technology, and a very lucky accident involving a melted chocolate bar. Let's rewind the clock to the 1940s, a time of global conflict and rapid technological advancement. At the heart of this story is a brilliant, self-taught engineer named Percy Spencer. It was a genuine American success story. He had only a few years of formal schooling, but his curiosity and genius for electronics led him to become one of the leading experts in radar technology at the Raytheon Company. During World War II, radar was a game changer. It used invisible radio waves, specifically microwaves, to detect enemy planes and ships from miles away. Spencer was instrumental in mass-producing a key component of these radar systems, the magnetron. The magnetron was essentially the heart of the radar set, a powerful vacuum tube that generated the high-frequency microwaves. These things were incredibly potent. Think of them as high-tech whistles, but instead of sound, they blew out a focused beam of invisible energy. Spencer and his team were building thousands of these for the war effort, constantly testing and improving them. One day in 1945, as the war was drawing to a close, Spencer was doing what he did best, tinkering. He was standing in front of an active radar set, testing a new magnetron. He didn't notice anything unusual at first. It was just another day at the lab. But then he reached into his pocket for a snack. He was known for having a sweet tooth, and on this particular day, he had a chocolate peanut cluster bar in his pocket. To his surprise, the chocolate bar was a gooey, melted mess. Most people would have just been annoyed about the ruined snack in the sticky pocket. But Percy Spencer wasn't most people. His engineer's mind immediately started racing. It wasn't a particularly warm day in the lab, so his body heat couldn't have done it. Something else must have melted the chocolate, and it must have happened fast. He looked at the powerful magnetron humming in front of him. Could the microwaves be responsible? He was a scientist at heart, so he decided to run an experiment. Sent a lab assistant out to buy a bag of popcorn kernels. Popcorn was a great test subject because it reacts to heat in a very visible and audible way. He placed the kernels near the magnetron tube and turned it on. Within moments, the lab was filled with the sound of popping. Kernels danced and exploded, turning into fluffy white popcorn right there on the lab bench, without any conventional fire or heat source. Spencer and his colleagues stared in amazement. They were witnessing something entirely new. The invisible energy from the radar equipment was cooking food. Excited by this discovery, Spencer wanted to try something else. The next test subject was a raw egg. This experiment, however, was a little less neat. He placed a bowl with the egg near the magnetron. One of his curious colleagues leaned in for a closer look at just the wrong moment. The egg, heating rapidly from the inside out, exploded, splattering hot yolk all over the poor engineer's face. It was a messy, but very effective, demonstration of the incredible power these microwaves held. Spencer realized he had stumbled upon something revolutionary. The war was ending, and Raytheon, like many companies, was looking for new peacetime applications for its military technology. What if this microwave cooking could be harnessed for the home? The company agreed it was a brilliant idea. Spencer and his team got to work, developing a safe way to contain this cooking power. Their first attempt was a metal box with an opening for the magnetron to beam its energy inside. The microwaves would bounce around the metal interior, cooking whatever was placed inside. They had created the world's first microwave oven. But if you're picturing the sleek little box on your countertop today, think again. The first commercial microwave oven, released in 1947, was called the Radarange, and it was a monster. It stood nearly 6 feet tall and weighed over 750 pounds. That's more than 3 refrigerators combined. It also cost a fortune, about $3,000 back then, which is equivalent to over $35,000 today. And because it was so powerful, it needed its own dedicated water cooling system, meaning it had to be installed by a plumber. So, who was buying these behemoths? Not your average family. The first Radarange units were sold exclusively to places that needed to heat a lot of food quickly, like restaurants, hospitals, and railroad dining cars. Imagine being on a cross-country train trip and getting a hot meal in minutes, thanks to this brand new technology. It was a game changer for the food service industry. But Percy Spencer's vision was always to bring this technology into the home. Over the next 2 decades, engineers worked tirelessly to make the microwave oven smaller, safer, and cheaper. They developed new types of magnetrons that didn't require water cooling. They designed better door seals and safety interlocks to ensure the microwaves stayed inside the box. The big breakthrough came in the late 1960s. In 1967, a company called Amana, a division of Raytheon, introduced the first countertop microwave oven for home use. It was still pretty bulky and expensive compared to today's models. It was costing around $500, but it was a huge leap forward. It was small enough to fit in a kitchen and affordable enough for some families to consider. Suddenly, the idea of fast food took on a whole new meaning. You could reheat leftovers in a minute, defrost a frozen dinner in a fraction of the time it would take in a regular oven, and of course, make a perfect bag of popcorn in no time at all. The microwave oven became a symbol of modern convenience, changing the way families ate and managed their time. By the 1980s, microwave ovens were a must-have kitchen appliance in millions of homes across the world. The price had dropped dramatically, and the technology had become incredibly reliable. What started as a secret weapon of war had become an everyday tool for peace, all thanks to a curious engineer and a melted chocolate bar. Percy Spencer never got rich from his invention. He was awarded a token payment of $2 from Raytheon for his patent, which was standard company policy at the time. But he was never motivated by money. He was driven by curiosity and the thrill of discovery. He went on to hold over 300 patents in his lifetime and became a senior vice president at Raytheon, forever remembered as the man who saw a melted candy bar and imagined a whole new future for the kitchen. So the next time you hear that familiar hum and ding from your microwave, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey that little box has been on. From the battlefields of World War II to a laboratory accident and a few messy experiments, it's a testament to how a single moment of observation can change the world in ways no one could have ever predicted. It's a delicious piece of history, born from a sticky pocket. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories behind the things we use every day.